Hello children, I am Prasanna. In this video I am going to explain types of angles. Before going to types of angles, first we will discuss about angle. See, we see angles around us all the time, right? Angle is formed between the two rays or two line segments. Here, where an angle is formed? Here, the vertex. This is called vertex. The common end point of the two rays is called the vertex. Here angle is formed and these two rays are nothing but arms or sides. We also say it as sides. Okay. So angles are measured in degrees, that you know, and we use what? Protractor. Right? To compare and measure angles, we need an instrument called a protractor, and it is in the shape of semicircle. That you people know what is protractor and how to measure with the protractor. So angles are measured in degrees. What is that degree? Here it is like this, right? Now we see angles almost everywhere in our day-to-day life. For example, angle made by the hands of a clock, minute hand and hours hand, angle is formed. So in the clock we can see many angles. An angle made by two intersecting rods, yes, angle is formed. And angles are made by the blades of a fan. Angles are formed when scissors are opened. Angles are formed at the corner of the wall. So like this, we also use angles for navigation of planes and ships. Okay. Now here we are going to discuss types of angles. As the angle increases, the name also changes. So today we are going to discuss the types of angles. So in types of angles, first one we are going to discuss acute angle. Acute angle. So an angle whose measure lies between 0 and 90 degrees. So between 0 degrees and 90 degrees. You know what is between? Between means the numbers which are in middle of that 0 and 90. Means 0 and 90 are not acute. Between 0 and 90 are acute. So like 1 degree, 2 degrees, so on up to 89 degrees. This forms acute angle. So definition of acute angle is an angle whose measure lies between 0 degrees and 90 degrees is called acute angle. Now if you see the protractor, here it will be 0 degrees if it is 180 degrees. Now, and you people know here it is 90, right? So here this part between, so 0 to 90, so this part is called what? Acute angle. So what is the shape of that angle, children? If you see the shape, it will be like this. So these are the shapes. So what is the acute angle shape, children? It is, this is 30 degrees, 80 degrees. So these are all the shapes of acute angle. So an angle whose measure lies between 0 and 90 is called acute angle. Next angle is obtuse angle. What is obtuse angle? An angle whose measure lies between 90 degrees and 180 degrees. Means 91 to 179. So 91 degrees, 92 degrees, so on up to 179 degrees. These are all obtuse angles. So what will be the shape of these obtuse angles? If you see, this is 0 degrees and it is 180 degrees and it will be 90 degrees, right children? So where is obtuse angles? Here. This part is known as obtuse angles. Okay. So between 90 and 180. Then what will be the shape of these angles? If you see, here is the baseline. This is the, all these are the shapes of obtuse angles. Okay children, so shape will be like this. 120 degrees, 150 degrees. So all these shapes are obtuse angle. Shapes also very important children. So acute is nothing but angle whose measure lies between 0 and 90 is called acute angle, and coming to obtuse, an angle whose measure lies between 90 and 180 is called obtuse angle. Next, third one is right angle. An angle whose measure is 90 degrees. Whose measure is 90 degrees is called right angle. So, what is the shape of this 90? It is like this. So, 90 degrees, or this is right, you can write. So, 90. This one represents what? 90 degrees. Okay, children. The angle whose measure is 90 degrees is called right angle. Right angle. Next, coming to fourth one, straight angle. Straight angle is nothing but an angle whose measure is 180 degrees. Whose measure is 180 degrees, and it will be straight here. So this is the shape of a straight angle. So an angle whose measure is 180 degrees is called what? Straight angle. Next, coming to zero angle. An angle whose measure is 0 degrees is called zero angle. If the measure is 0, then we call it as zero angle. Then shape will be like this. Zero angle. Next one is complete angle. An angle whose measure is 360 degrees, and we also call it as whole angle. The other name of this is whole angle. So an angle whose measure is 360 degrees is called complete angle. Then what is the shape of this, children? So up 180, down 180. Total 180 gives you 360. 180 plus 180 gives you 360 degrees. So an angle whose measure is 360 degrees is called complete angle. So right angle is nothing but an angle whose measure is 90 degrees. Straight angle is an angle whose measure is 180 degrees. Zero angle is an angle whose measure is 0 degrees. Complete angle or whole angle is an angle whose measure is 360 degrees. Next one is reflex angle. Reflex angle is nothing but an angle whose measure lies between 180 degrees and 360 degrees. Okay children, here if you see, this is up 180 and down 180, right? Now here this is 180 up, that is more than 180. Means all the reflex angles will be in the downwards 180. So the shape will be like this. So these are the reflex angles. Okay children, so it is above 180. So what will be the shape now, reflex angles? Yes, these are the shapes for reflex angles. It is 270, 180 plus 90, 270, like that. So reflex angle is nothing but an angle whose measure is between 180 and 360 is called reflex angle. Once again we will repeat children here. Type of angle, in brief I am writing type of angle and its measure. Okay. Now first one, acute. Acute angle. Acute angle is nothing but between 0 degrees and 90 degrees. Next is obtuse angle. Obtuse angle is between 90 and 180. Next, reflex angle. Reflex angle is between 180 degrees and 360 degrees. Next is right angle. Right angle is nothing but an angle whose measurement is 90, whose measure is 90 degrees, we call it as right angle. Next is zero angle. Zero angle is an angle whose measure is 0 degrees is called zero angle. Next is straight angle. An angle whose measure is 180 degrees is called straight angle. Next is complete angle or whole angle. An angle whose measure is 360 degrees is called complete angle. Now I will show you in one figure only all these types of angles, children. Here, if you see, I will show with the different. 0 degrees, 180 degrees, and here it is 90 degrees. Okay. Now if you see, this is zero angle. And what about this one full? Acute angles. And this is what? Right angle. And what about this all? Obtuse angles. And this 180 is what? Straight angle. And what about this down full one is? Reflex angles.